Hello, my name is Jesus Bazan and welcome to this topic explanatory video for computer science. Main contents of the presentation. During this presentation we will discuss two main contents, which is user focus and system backup. And within each one we will talk about the methods of delivering user training within user focus, and within system backup we will talk about the range of causes of data loss and the consequences of data loss in a very concrete and specific situation. What will be discussed? During this presentation we will talk about the things I've previously mentioned, but we will really try to go in depth and by using past papers from previous years, see examples of how these things can be asked within exams and how to answer these questions correctly. User focus. Methods of delivering user training. So there are mainly three ways of delivering user training, which are direct formal classes, online training, and self-instruction. We will now talk about the characteristics of each one, and you will see a photo in each slide, in each corresponding slide, that can help you understand more what each one of them does. Now, direct formal classes. Direct formal classes are just like the ones we take in school, and they are as simple as a student listening to a teacher. But they can be, and the characteristics of this one are that they can be cheap when many students are in their classes. However, when there are many students in the lessons, they get less personalized, and therefore students can tend to get lost, bored, or lose the pace of the lesson. This means that if you get into a class with lots of students, the teacher hasn't got the time to personally attend the necessities of each student. Online training. These lessons are much personalized and can have a better effect on the student by optimizing the training to the needs of the student. But the characteristics of this one is that they tend to be expensive, and these ones are as simple as have a laptop, an iPad, a phone, being connected to the internet, and taking lessons or doing courses within this device. Although they might seem as the lessons we did during COVID, they have a twist. And this one is that they are the whole course, or the whole length of the course, they need to be specifically and everything done online. And this is quite different to the ones we did during COVID, because when the COVID ended, we had the opportunity to go to school, go back to the lessons, and spend time in school. Now, self-instruction, the last one of the three. These are very useful for experienced students to learn at their own pace and for a very low cost. But for inexperienced students, they must face lots of problems, and the lack of support to solve them can make them want to quit or not understand things and therefore stop during these lessons. Also, another issue for the self-taught students is that they battle with a very big motivation. They have a very big battle against motivation. How to answer the questions correctly? For this one, I couldn't find questions, and this is because they don't tend to ask this type of things in the exam. But if they ask this, it would normally be differentiating between the three types of learning, and or which one of them would be the most efficient in one specific environment. For example, evaluate and discuss the differences between the online training and the self-instruction. Or, for example, Juan wants to do a course and he doesn't know if he needs to do it as formal classes or as online classes. Which one would be the most the best one, the most efficient in this specific moment. Now, system backup. Range of causes of data loss. Actually, now in the world, there are 5 leading causes of data loss or data corruption. These are hardware or system malfunctions with a 44%, human error with a 32%, software corruption with a 14%, and computer viruses and natural disasters with a 7% and a 3%. And 31% of the data lost is due to events beyond the user's control, which means nothing related to the loss of the data is related to the user. Consequences of data loss in specific situations. The consequences can be very devastating, as nowadays everything is related to data and the world is basically moved by data. Now, if, for example, a hospital loses the data, the patients can be administered incorrect aid, and the services can dangerously affect every single patient within the school, within the hospital. And this is one of the many examples that could happen. Now, this type of questions is asked, or more precisely, as the number 2, identify 2 causes of data loss, or asked within other questions as describe 2 possible causes of data loss. How to answer this question correctly? For this type of question, you need to be very precise, very specific, and very direct, as also they tend to be a low mark weight questions, so you don't need to spend too much on it. So for the first one, you could say 2 causes of data loss: software corruption and human error. Done. Next question, and describe 2 possible causes: software malfunction, as maybe you could have an error in the system and therefore lose it, and human error, you might delete some things and therefore it would chain on and lose some information. So this is the end. I hope you understood everything I talked about, and thanks for listening.